This is going to be big for both teams. Both teams that struggled a lot during the elimination round. Especially get this game one
in the bag. Yeah. You got to start strong here. Rondina fighting to the block. That's a good save from Mitch Cobb. Here comes Rondina again. Different approach. Laksina will try. Nothing. Alba will send this one to Tobino from the left. Gets it to go.
That becomes the ultimate test. As for their approach tonight, Tobino said that they're going back to basics. They want to tighten their floor defense. And after all, they know that there's no more room for hesitation. This is about finishing strong and playing with what they call a tight pride.
Just a 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. That was read well by Hazareno. They go to Soltones. Still nothing for Gretchel. Rondina, drop, is good. Smart move from Cici. Varying her attacks against the blockers. Speaking of blockers of the Akari Chargers, we got Victoria.
But Chocomucho has been so good anticipating that one.
2 attack points now for Rondina. That's a good serve. Here comes Soyud, popped up by Cici. Isabolde, dug up. Laksina, it's still alive. But Laksina will get the point. Next to her is Camps Victoria with 2 points.
Soyud a bit quiet in the start.
She's just warming up, but needs to act fast here versus Chocomucho in the first set. Good series of events here. But Laksina again continues with a firepower in the first set. We're sensing not a lot of explosiveness, from these two squads early on.
Feeling, the intensity that they had in the semifinals match.
And very clear here. Pero sabi nga ni Lexi, pagod na yung Chocomucho. I'm sure pagod na din itong Akari. Right, that's right. Great defense from the Chargers. Credit that to the great play, that great sequence. CC now with 4 points. Cobb with a 1-2 play. Good hustle there from Villa General. They go to Soltones. Cross score is dug up. Chance for the white shirts. Mitch. Babalik kay Gretchen over the blockers. Goal.
More defense.
Alba to Cici. Challenging the blockers of Akari. This time, Gretch will try. Does the same thing. Rondina again. She is blocked. Needs to get everybody involved, especially in a very important match like this one. Cal finds Gretch. Digs deep. Especially in the latter part of our All-Filipino Conference. Alba to Pecanya. And finally, the middle blockers, as requested by IM. Gretch Soltones with 4 attack points. It's a 2-point lead for the Chargers, who have taken control of this match. Good read from Hazareno. Soyud will try, but that is outside. So she still hasn't found her groove yet.
Finals match. So I'm sure Akari is hoping for her to replicate that performance.
But we all know it's not a fluke here for Soyud, for Ellie. She's been working so hard this All-Filipino Conference. And we've seen it as well. And you know who else is working hard? Chocomucho just doing their job versus Soyud. Cal will send this one to Ellie. Speaking of, and there we go. She gets a point. That mental toughness. Cici from the right, blocked. Another denial at the net from the Akari Chargers. They're up 3 points. We got Chocomucho at set point. 25 serving, 24. Oh, that's inside! And this Chang does her job to the best of her abilities. The battle for the bronze later on. We have the finals. Game 1. Epic matchup between Creamline versus Petro Gazz. Pero unahin muna natin to. Chocomucho takes set number 1. Here we go. Set number 2. Tobino with a drop. Good defense from Mitch Cobb. Alba finds Cici. 2 points now for Nunag. She will serve again. Mitch to Ellie. I was going to say babies that one, but it still gets the point.
That's going to be good for your squad.
1 point lead now for Chocomucho. Here comes Royce Sabino. What an angle from Sabino. So much power.
Yeah. For Chocomucho, a strong start. It's just a matter of sustaining it for them.
Sabino scored 7 versus Creamline in their last game in the semifinals. Need more from her in this game, of course. Right on the money for Isa Molde. So everybody getting fired. Trying to sustain that momentum from the first over the blockers is good for Laksina. Akari keeping it close here. 1 point lead for Chocomucho. Picanya asking for it. Nobody home. Thank you siya kay Mitch, di ba?
Yeah.
The 1 point lead for Chocomucho. Akari blocked. Ellie Soyod is denied. Conference, and for good reason, because she is explosive.
Yep.
Which she really can be.
Yeah.
Talking about Ellie Soyod. And because of that 34-point performance, she's got that X on her back right now. The target of Chocomucho. Here she comes. She's blocked. Grabe yung depensa, no? Naka-focus talaga. Waiting for the next game.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting match. A classic rivalry between two teams. Speaking of Mars Alba, that was a beautiful set coming from Alba. Good serve. Great net defense. Alba, one-hand set to Picanya. Dug up. Soyod again challenging the blockers. Not this time. Rondina. And they were ready for it. Tong in that sequence were tied 17-all. Rondina. Follow suit. Sabi niya, kung meron ka, meron din ako. They find CC again. Gretch sent back. 2 point lead now for the Flying Titans. They go to Ellie Soyod. CC waiting for it over the blockers. Dug up by Gretch. Babalik kay Soyod. Denied.
Their better net defense, and this is what they're capitalizing on. And of course, you've got CC Rondina doing CC things. As you guys mentioned, she's had to carry so much of the load this conference. However, this time around, we're seeing more contributions from each player. And CC told me earlier that in moments like these, hindi naman talaga dapat yung mindset talaga yung focus, but it's more about consistency.
Tayo Ayel
picking up her game.
As she should. Here comes Rondina with a push. She's met at the net. And they can't keep giving multiple chances here to the Chargers, who are in the lead at this point. 5 points now for them. Cheng is blocked. Rondina sets up Isa. She's denied again. Good cover. Almost for Chocomucho. As well as Sir Miko Halili, head of sports content for Signal TV, enjoying this match between these two teams. And in the third set, we got
a pass. Nope.
So everything just going right here when needed the most. Soyod is blocked.
Now sometimes you just need the 1 point to get.
6 point lead now for Akari. 13 points for Ivy Laksina. Mars Alba combination play for Chocomucho, unsuccessful
for them.
Slowly but surely. But if you're Akari, you wanna maintain this lead. You wanna further this lead. General to Mendres.
Oh, great big from Laksina.
Chance for the white shirts. Cobb will choose Gretchen Soltones, who is rejected.
Collect as many points as they can with Tubino and Rondina on the front row.
Rejection at the net. It's still alive, playable. They send this one over. General bumps this to Royce Sabino. Nandoon si Victoria waiting. Cobb. Soft touch from Gretchen Soltones. And no cover for the Chocomucho Flying Titans. And Gretchen making it look so
Carlos will be serving. Palmo whips it down. Valdez blocked and still very much in play. Valdez resets. Again blocked. Bea De Leon pumps it up. The strike by Carlos. Myla Pablo, who's been playing well. Valdez tips it over. It's still in play. Brooke Van Sickle, and it's out of reach.
Brooke Van Sickle against Valdez there. Just for Brooke there, going for the hands also of Eliza Valdez. We expect na high intensity ang first set for both teams talaga.
Yes. In the meantime, I think Remy got it by the narrowest of margins.
Players also in the roster now.
They seem to have a core that
Yes.
that has been there from the start.
She saw it.
Yeah. Carlos
Maizo.
digging deep, and Myla Pablo, 2 hands on it.
Actually, Remy Palma is starting today. Usually, she comes in
Off the bench, you know?
Yes.
Bernadette, and the blocking is airtight so far. And that block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PBL. Nothing run by the Angels. Still alive, but not anymore. Angels do have so many weapons that they can go to, so it will be a challenge to the defensive Creamline. Pons tries to look for that hole in the middle, can't find it. Here's the whip, and it works.
The girls, yung mga spiking possibilities nila BDL and Eliza, yung mga plays.
At saka does not want all of a sudden.
Here we go, Savete. Single block, long spike. Mr. Steve again.
Sayed, very low. No elevation chance for Van Sickle. Here's Gumabo. Block! And it's inside. Talaga mga player pag nagkwentuhan talaga. 18-10 ang ating bilang. Remy Palma, the captain of my smiling team. Raya Musa is our new member and approved siya ni Remy. O baba. Tinakas ni Myla. Tinakas ni Chi. Binigay sa likod. Eliza. Nice set. Block. De Leon. Keeps it alive. Punched over by Denden. Short. Block.
Read it well against Sabete here. No entry, no coverage for Petro Gazz Angels.
On a game-to-game basis, actually. Cheng.
Sabi nga natin, di ba, this game, tignan natin sino yung mga bench players din na mag-step up.
Oo, kasi usually pag championship, meron biglang manggugulat na player na coming off the bench.
Yes.
Nice dive by Revilla. Good counter on the other side by Tempiatura. The dink by Pablo. Here comes Pons. Can't find an angle. Then elevates it to Pons. We go. And into the corner it goes. Dito sa game na ito.
Yes. She hasn't scored.
Wala pa. 12-20 as Pablo. Valdez receiving. Difficult set. But Tempiatura has good arms on it. The push by Van Sickle. One hand by Carlos. Here comes Galanza. To the back row we will go. Negrito, Galanza, Carlos, yes! Listen to this crowd roar!
There you go!
Of course, her school in the University of Hawaii, I've been able to visit. That's a volleyball school. They have a store there that sells nothing but volleyball stuff. In the meantime,
I should visit.
yes, you should.
Merch. I love merch.
Yep. Lalo na volleyball lang, ha? They have books, they have t-shirts, everything. In the meantime, Van Sickle takes care of the back row. Sayed.
Oh, long set.
Tinaas ni Lai. Bernadette. Inaabot ni Myla. Kita mo yung galaw ng Petro. May
Yes.
confidence, ano?
Oo.
Alam nila yung ginagawa nila. Kahit na out of system, ayan, alam pa rin nila gagawin nila.
Walang bumabagsak na bola.
Sila nagpapabagsak ng bola sa kabila.
Yes.
In the meantime, Tempiatura keeps it in play. Sabete, what a dive by Tots. It's still in play. One more time around this block.
Oh, perfect.
And then does a then thing. Pons, Van Sickle.
Oh my goodness.
Second longest rally in play. And Sabete gets it to mine. The mainland 6-4. Lazaro receiving. Oh, Pons adjusting in the air.
Drop ball for Pons there. That's her, and I think it's her first finals appearance with Petro Gazz Angels here.
That's touched. Myla Pablo touched it last.
Pero like here, kapag live, karamdam mo yung solid energy ng Petro Gazz. Now everyone's present, everyone's moving with intention.
That is a good observation. Pons as Palma extends it. The sight that is. Rania Musa has been dispatched. They need a little height at that net. Rania turning around the right time. Van Sigel adjusts and goes lefty. Down beneath the sea. Barbon got to it. Van Sigel uncorks. Here comes Negrito. Pumps it up high. Van Sigel gets to it. Chisay Musa twisting in the air. Can't get it to stay on the ground. Galanza denied. Pons alert. We have the third longest rally happening right now. This could end right now, right here.
Medyo ano na yan.
Oh naman. Love of the game then. 12-9. Powerful spike. Absorb. Counter. Absorb. Here's Barbon with the set. Van Sigel looking for an angle. Elevated high by Negrito. Here comes Gumabaw. It's punched up, but they managed to keep it in play. Galanza, Negrito, and that's going to work. That's going to work. Negrito. Van Sigel. Reverse. Hello. Gumabaw slows it down. Cheng elevates. So does Barbon. Reset. Oh! Panaga with a hand in the cookie jar.
Defense si Petro Gazz now. Bumaliktad naman na kay Creamline na ang net defense with Panaga. 6 times.
Side loads it up. Carlos gets
inside.
it on the line, and we will go. Naku, layo ng pagkakaset, pero ang ganda. Van Sigel powers it in. Just being the motivator for her team. Block! Block! Blocked and inside! 2 timeout by Creamline.
Running spike, short running spike for Musa.
Brooke Van Sigel with 23. Nice slide to the floor by Temperatura. Sayed. Pablo hammers it, but contained. It's alive! Pablo doesn't want to waste it. Negrito to the other end. It's out of reach. Pons has already registered 15 points. That is still in play. Pons says keep it alive. Carlos. Block. Phillips with 2 hands and an arm on it. 3 straight points and a 4-point lead. And it is now set point for Creamline. Serve is allowed now. Phillips is about to do that. Elevated high. Chamson. And Panaga with 13 points. Sabete will serve. Blocked. And the first point belongs to the Angels. Musa is all set to serve. Rania serve in play. Once receiving in the middle. Deflected by the block. Chisay reverses.
Single block.
Chance to attack. Sayed just with a one. Oh, MJ Phillips with a monster kill.
Wow.
And a chance now to take game 1 of the finals. Let's see. Pons elbow used to keep it up. Agense is there. Tight. Nowhere to go. And Petro Gazz has taken game one of the finals of the All-Filipino Conference.
Her quiet confidence, she is a reminder that strength comes in all forms. Her journey isn't just about returning to form, it is about setting the bar even higher. And we're all here to witness that, Chiki and Jamie.
Thanks a lot for that, Kyla. As we take a look at this rally, another one early in this first set. And CC Rondina will score. It's do or die today.
That no-look spike down the line. Classic
Yeah.
CC, especially against the Creamline Cool Smashers. She scored under 10 points, not her usual outing. So she knows that she's heavily guarded here.
Most teams going up against Chocumucho. Chocumucho, their defense has really been, they want to get that out of their system. Get all of those service errors out of the way. Running attack. Check there by Chocumucho. Royce Tubino again. Soyuru, the defense. Soltones from back row. One-man block from CC Rodina is checked again. I don't know what you want to call that, but Chocumucho just wants to call it a point.
Serving for Chocumucho, number 3, Dina Wong.
Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports. And you're back at the Big Dome, and this is game 2 of the battle for bronze. See the confetti fall, but
34 points in the semis against Chocumucho and 24 points in game number 1. What a game.
And shall we say, out of nowhere it seems, after months and months of the preliminaries, all of a sudden, she emerges as the biggest problem for Akari's opponents.
She trusts in Justine, and the reason why Akari has been so successful, I have to say, is because of their libero, and Justine Hazareno.
Yeah.
She's solidifying the offense.
They have not given it up to Akari.
Good receive.
Soltones will get the ball. Solid two-man block.
Could have been tied. That's a good set.
Get it again. Stop. Just stop.
Down.
Oh, the donut hole.
And it's also the relationship actually between the blockers and the libero. Got to have constant communication between those two tandems.
Tama. Oh, Cal now with a save. Back row attack. This is going to be a free ball. Akari gets another chance to set up. That good save there by Molde. Rondina, soft hands. Pancake save. Amazing. Camille Cal with that one. One more time for Cici. She goes down the line. Camille Cal. But
Perfect.
play continues here. Ooh. Joust one by Chocumucho. Estrilio now coming from the right pin. Pamatag. Ayan,
There we go.
matibay. Cherry Nurag.
On the left pin, but this time Dina Wong chose that running attack. Nunag was actually...
But you can see that CC Rondina has been frustrated. I mean, she has been checked so often. And I mean, credit that to the rest of Chocumucho, particularly the setter Dina Wong, because despite really talagang bantay sarado sila kay CC, nakakalagpas pa rin. Yeah, defensive players on the court.
It's a good serve. What a spot.
So much talked about 30-point game that she had late in this conference. Here comes Ellie Soyun and Pecania. Got it. Molde taking it slow. Soyun again. And it's going to be a set point pair of Molde and Pecania coming together for that.
For bronze. Now, at this point, it's no longer about talent. That isn't a question. It's about who can handle the enormous pressure. And for Choco, it is obviously CC Rondina shouldering that weight. Sabi nga niya kanina, nakakahiya. And Ellie teased that she's just extra motivated with her streak against them. Now, more long rallies are up ahead. Will CC's fire lead Chocumucho to defy the odds? Or will Ellie's resolve keep Akari in the fight? Chiki and Jamie, this one's a nail-biter.
Thanks a lot for that, Kyla. And as you reported, we see another rally here. It's been a lot of long plays and long back and forth.
Here comes Isa Molde. Oh, no! Not yet. Isa Molde is just trying to outsmart the blockers. But, you know, you got these in our doubleheader today. This is a battle for bronze, game 2. And a little later on, we've got Creamline trying to avenge Petro Gazz and play on for a, conspicuously absent from the Akari roster is Faith Desperos.
Right.
She's not even suited up. So
Even
we're
last
assuming,
game.
yeah.
Yep.
Not even last game. And if you look back at their first meetings in the intangibles, these are the things that we know matter to Akari, but it's also pushing them and every other member to just give it their all.
Play for each other.
Yeah. Easy ball there. Tang Ponce giving it to Dina Wong for that setup. Cobb, broken play here on the Akari side as well. And Rondina just pairing up with Nunag for that double block. Chocomucho still in the lead. Do you practice how to avoid the net?
Well, there's a lot of blocking
drills. Yeah.
And of course, what we don't see, what the fans don't see, the hours and hours of training, blocking, digging, and receiving.
We're excited.
Yes.
Now everybody's anticipating how this is all going to end. And Rodina with a crossbody picked up by Camille Cal. And Ponce will play setter for Royce Tubino. And the sweep, not quite for Ivy Laxina.
That's a good serve. That's too low.
Yeah, you called it. And Isa Molde and Lorraine Mocaña knew that too.
Let's see if Chocomucho can end with a finishing kick here in set number 2. That's a good set. That's a good set.
The timeout. Yeah.
Momentum.
Momentum nila.
That's inside.
Oh, wow. I mean, that was definitely playable. Akari just committed to letting it go. 1-2 plays. We're tied at 18. Oh, solid! And Madrigal coming at the right time. Head, ayoko ng 5th set. Ayoko ng 4th set dahil mahirap kalaban ng Akari. But now Akari to catch their breath. And the soft one from Cici. We expect more of those. Also a roll from Laxina. A matter of survival for these girls. Oh, smart! Laxina. Still good coverage from Chocomucho. Cici with the answer. One more time for Laxina. Balikan lang ng bola. Cobb insists on Ivy Laxina. She needs to go the other way because Laxina on the floor. Soltones from back row. Molde with the pickup. It's Cici again! And it's Cici to score! Pakapagaran tong si Cici Rondina. Malaman ng playbook ni Coach Dante. Cici again. Hazareno with a stop. Laxina with a bomb there. Isa Molde with a stop. And here comes Akari. It's going to be a quick one, yeah. But good option, the middle there. And Cobb taking a look at the blockers, giving it still to Ivy Laxina. And that one is going to be a point. Good first ball from Mendrez. Oh, sarado! Camille Cal looking for Ivy. One-handed or solo block by Alba. Joust won by Chocomucho there. And again, a tough one. Here we go with our rallies late in the 4th. Laxina! Still picked up. Look at the defense here by Akari. Soltones, solid on defense. And it prevailed. Chinaga ng Akari. They just kept at it, never lost sight of the ball. Finally winning that point the hard way. That Myra point of the set. Brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion.
And a free ball right away off a misreception. 3 straight points.
Kyle Negrito maximizing those quick attacks to establish good spacing at the start of this set.
We also talked a bit about key adjustments from game one. Maybe Neil can touch on this. Key adjustments being double timing on the block and counterattacks as well as service to make sure that they get Petro Gazz out of system. What do you think, boys?
Lalim nung bench nila, but they have to focus on those skill categories.
And it's the bench really that extended that game number 1, to be honest, as Jonah Sabete was also spectacular. It was Jonah and MJ who really delivered the killer blow.
Well, when they're in the front line, si MJ Phillips na bahala sa net defense. Jonah Sabete, being the powerful hitter that she is, can take...
To Petro Gazz, 7-5 is the score, now in the lead. Another one at that corner. Right from game number 1, ano?
We know that Kyle is a very aggressive thing that they also have to utilize yung mga surprise drop balls, dump balls niya, makakatulong.
We expect a dogfight here in game number 2.
They're serving heavy. Nahihirapan yung Petro Gazz to establish their offense.
It's a good attack by Myla on her second point. 8 serving 9. PDL asking for it. That's why. If you're Creamline, akyat kumpiyansa pag nakuha yung first set. MJ asking for it. Doug. Kyle with another shoot. MJ, bump pass. Easy take for Pons. Dig pass again. And Gemma is in front.
For extra effort from her teammates, pag out of system play, they have to stick to their own game plan, and that's to establish a 3-woman block against their Cool Smashers attackers. And look at that.
Blocks of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official.
But Cheeside had no choice. Hindi pa ready yung attackers up front.
Brooke delayed by the blockers. Cheat on tap. Atienza receiving. Gemma on the right, pin! And that come from behind, Neil. That was already their 6th title. So they've had 5 more, they've had 4 more since. 2 going to Pons. Another good serve. Gemma from behind. Anytime, anywhere. Completely different from game number 1.
The tables have turned. Creamline is just tearing the service reception of the Angels apart in the opening set.
And the great Aiza Maizo Pontillas on court now. Tots gets to work right away. Brooke never giving up. Chance ball for Creamline. Pons with a swipe. Back to Creamline. PDL with a dump. MJ up to Pablo. Pablo dinks it to the other side. Just not good enough in a championship because you give Creamline opportunities to counter like that.
In the opening set, from the left pin to that pipe attack.
They're making a statement here. They're planting some sort of doubt in the heads of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Check that on PVL Prime Time. And we begin set number 2 with another misreceived ball and another giveaway to Creamline. Gemma getting ready. Good reaction there. Myla from behind. First point series, or in this game number 2. Soft block. Brooke again. 4-0.
You can't believe it. Brooke Van Sickle is up front, but they can't seem to get that side out.
Back set. Sent back. And an answer from Petro Gazz. Adam Swong reminding Brooke Van Sickle, you can't put your hands up too high up that net when the serve is up. Chance to counter here. They go to Brooke. Sent back. Try again. Gemma behind for the sweep. Tempiatura with the up. Back set to Jonah. Bang! Float serve of hers. Jonah.
In this one long conference alone, she knows that she can rise to the occasion, that she and Bilog Barbon can step up and be there, be the defensive.
They're ahead by 1. Musa serving. That still makes it. BDL on tap. Pablo receiving. Gets the ball back. Gets a point.
Why perhaps? Because pasok na yung kamay ni Gemma.
That's an overpass. Brooke keeps it up. Myla from behind. Smart play by Kyle. Oh, hindi iniset. They have a chance here. Back to Brooke. Brooke rolls it. Bonds from behind. And Cheng cannot catch up to it. Well, ang Petro Gazz parang nag-settle down, Neil.
And defense really kicked in for Petro Gazz here in set number 2. They were getting a lot of block touches early on. And now Brooke Van Sickle is starting to heat up. You know what, Boom? I'm still waiting for that Eliza Valdez substitution. She's played in games like these.
Yes.
And you really need her down the road if you want to extend the game number 3.
Brooke. Cross court!
Wow.
Little sauce on the cross. And now in game 2, who starts off strong and convincingly wins the set?
Aside from that, feeling ko magkakatalo talaga sa service reception itong game number 2.
Oh, what a dig by Atienza. Lapit. It's sent back. Right side. Mitch says, squeeze me.
Anything can happen in this game. Back to you.
Yan talagang lifeblood nila, Franny. Those transition plays. Rania Musa has benefited. Brooke receiving. Jonah on the right side. Jonah again! Pulls! That's how you treat, right? Including game number 1 and then, of course, in the semifinals. But can they win the one that matters and when it matters? Pinball. MJ gets it. When MJ gets the right pass. MJ with a pickup. Little decoy there. Kyle keeps it up. And a free ball. Barbon will go back to Myla. Soft block. Kyle on the counter. Gemma denied. Gemma again. Denied again. Misreceived. And MJ, sorry, that's Mitch Gumama waving the finger. Pons with a perfect pass. Pablo will send it to Brooke. Denied! Brooke in the middle, but it's too low. Here comes Mitch. Rejected! 3 set points. Brooke. And nobody taking it. 25-21.
Hindi ka pwedeng kumurap.
Barbon will send it to Brooke. It's still in play. Bacoron asking for it. Brooke gets it. Another dig. Laurie keeps it in play. And Creamline turns it into a point. Unbelievable.
What a defensive sequence for the Creamline Cool Smashers, getting a lot of digs against Brooke Van Sickle. Then you have MVP Pons finishing that wrong rally.
And we are going
to a winner-take-all on Saturday. We'll see you at Phil Sports.
That was a service ace, but if you're the Flying Titans now, you can't afford to start slow because Akari already has a 4-0 run.
Pecania gets a block touch there. The tip coming from Molde. Off the block there was Ellie. Wong dumped it in.
Defense, mag-iintay ng short ball eh. That's why no one was there for the...
Soyud now serves. They lead by 2. Ponce with a pickup. They go to Rondina. Gets returned there. Chance for Akari. So Tones from the back row. CC is denied.
Kumana coverage done for the Flying Titans.
As we look at this block of the set, that's brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank for Chocomucho. Picked up by Soltones. They go to a running set. Domingo who finds a spot right in the middle.
First light attack for the Chargers. This one is attackers niya. Only 2 front spike. True front yung blockers nung Flying Titans. Hindi rin malalaman kung paano sila pupwesto for the blocks.
And that becomes a point for the Chargers as they lead as much as 4. Coach Dante recognizing the distance that Akari has set up here. Up by 7. Dina goes up to that quick. Nunag is denied. Wong chooses Cici. Cici gets that one through. Pushed in the inner parts of the court. They go up to Tobino from the middle.
First combination play from the Flying Titans.
Cici with that serve. Picked up there by Laxina. On the other side, they go to Victoria. Tobino off the blockers. Isa Molde going aggressive. Cici with that serve. That dump was denied there by Cherry. Soltones cross courts. This is different from the strategy in game number 2. You would see like deeper cross hits.
Because I think they practice na yung mga sharp angles ni Soltones. Kaya naging ganun yung position ng defense nila whenever she goes for that open hit.
This time Ellie tries to answer. She's denied. She's been trying to look for a solid point here. She's denied again. That is stays alive. Tang goes up to Cici from the back row, but a solid block coming from Victoria. Getzel with that serve. They go up to Isa off the blockers. Wong was there for coverage. They choose Tobino, who finds the corner.
Good target. That's right. Good target for... That's right. But especially Akari now is in a 4-0 run.
They go up to Molde. She's denied. Wong getting that one over. Laxina will be serving. Coming from Nueva Vizcaya. That running Domingo was denied.
Good block.
That serve coming from Ortiz. Challenged Akari, but Akari finds a decision with said Domingo.
Nako-convert nila into a point, which just means na naiiwan yung blockers ng Flying Titans.
Let's see what Chocomucho will do. They go up to Che Nunag. They do their own version of a B-Quick. Now she serves. Pick up there by Cici. Oh. Victoria on that miscue. On the other side, Tobino finding the line for the Chargers. Wong goes up to Tobino. That's good for Soyud.
Block na sumasabay sa mga attackers ng Chargers.
Quick hit coming from Victoria. Alba goes up to Rondina. Picked up there by Hazareno. Soyud popped up by Alba. Molde, she's denied. Ball is still alive. Great hustle coming from the Titans. Chargers tip that over. Alba goes up to Tobino off speed. Long rally we have here to start the second set, but it closes out with Getzel Soltones.
that this conference proved that everyone is really invested in the team, really taking initiative to see how they can continue to improve. And that's exactly the culture they want to build with the Akari Chargers. But can this grit and teamwork be enough for them to shine bright in the podium?
That's right.
The perfect example are those finalists that we have now in Petro Gazz and in the Creamline. Battle tested 2-time and built a culture as Laksina gets that one through. Molde off the blockers. Hazareno was there. They go up to Laksina again. Alba goes up to Rondina. That works for CC. A favor to their side as Ortiz serves. A running Domingo that has been unsolved as Gretzel Soltones this time tries to answer. Rondina will try to answer back. Soyud from the back row on the other side. They go to Tubino, popped up there by Soyud. Another long rally we have here. Soltones getting that one through. Cici goes for that serve. Picked up by Ivy. Cobb underhand. Back row hit coming from Soyud. Tinayuan ni Alba. Isa with a swipe denied there by Cobb. Tubino. Oh, a solid block coming from Victoria. Cobb there for the serve that checks in.
Flip the line. Sakong-sako sa dulo.
Cobb continues to serve. Pick up there by Ponce. Oh! Now that's Arregalo.
May kita mo yon ngayon sa Flying Titans. Even no first set.
5-point deficit. Molde trying to make it smaller, but the block has been in for the Chargers. Serve coming from Tubino this time. Pick up there by Hazareno. The tip gets through. Chance ball coming from Mean. Mitch chooses the middle. Victoria on the other side. They go to Mean, who gets that off. A great choice there coming from Mean. Laksina getting it off the blockers. And that becomes... That's going to be a successful challenge. Unsuccessful challenge, rather. But that's a good, successful call there for our first referee, Sassy. That hit coming from Mendez. The tip coming from Ellie on the other side. They go to Cici, who answers it with a tip. Ellie will try again, this time with more muscle. Alba going to Ortiz. Coverage was there, courtesy of Ortiz. Laksina off speed. Ball is still alive. Pinaranan. Cici from the back row. Justine was there. Long rally we have here. This is familiarity again coming up to play. Tubino with more muscle. Gretzel was there. They go to Laksina. Off the hands of the blockers. Alba puts this one up for Mean. Off speed. Laksina was home. Oh, a miscue on the coverage.
Wow, so that point will be given to the Flying Titans.
So that is a great call there coming from our first referee, Sassy.
Yes, but now kinukuha ng Flying Titans 1 point at a time, and they only need 3 points to tie this game.
Soltones this time, she's denied. Make that 2 paning after that last sequence.
So the point will go to the Flying Titans. We're tied at 20.
Oh, solid block there. Another solid block coming from Tubino this time. And that closes things out and gives.
Good serve. One of the better servers for the Chargers.
Cobb with that serve, picked up there by Tang, over received. A great anticipation coming from Soltones, starting the ball game at 22. Victoria with that serve, picked up by CC. Mars goes up to Mean. She's denied. Yeah.
Na Akari Chargers.
1-all. Oh, Soyud. Victoria for that serve. Rondina was there. They go up to CC. Oh, great blocking here by the Chargers.
For the Chargers.
CC with 11 points in this match. Cobb going to that running Domingo. Coverage came from Domingo. The tip coming from Ivy. She was denied by the fingertips this time. Pick up by Tang. Mars goes up to Isa off the blockers, but that checks into their side of the court. That's pick up by Ponce. Mars goes up to CC. Pick up by Getzel. They go up to Ivy. Tang was there. Oh! And that's it! The Chargers get the bronze in 3 straight sets.
What a finish here for the Akari Chargers. We did have an extended second set and the third set, but good team.
Ang haba ng mga pahinga ng mga teams in between games, and all of a sudden here, 3 games, 3 very intense games in 1 week. 6-9 is the all-time record between these two teams, Neil. Right now it is 4-1. Creamline. Chance ball for Petro Gazz. One more. Counter attack. Cheek. Jonah. Chance ball at 4-1. Back to Petro Gazz. MJ hangs. Big. The one-hander by Gemma keeps it alive. Long rally alert. Back set to Aiza. Bang!
Point number 1 for Aiza Padilla.
Mitch back on tap. Brooke with a perfect pass. She sends it over right away, which gives Pons the ability to attack. Jonah on the other side. Puts it away.
She can time that block well as so that they can get those kill blocks.
Bernadette from behind. Denied by Joy Tacoron. 2 straight points by Petro Gazz. Trying to stop a 3-0 run by Petro Gazz, and he did. Aiza again. Doug. Gemma again. Out. Oh, in. Wow, what an angle from the pride of Laguna.
Para later on, open up si Brooke Van Sickle.
Right. 3-0 run. Brooke will send a free ball to Creamline. Barbon was up for it. Dacaron dumps it over. Back set to Michelle. Rejected by BVS.
Kasi ang dami niyang anggulong pwedeng puntahan.
Brooke from behind, it's sent back. Aiza will try again, rolls it over. Not good enough. Aiza, dikit na dikit. Uh-oh, chance to counter. Pons. Doug. Jonah. Whoa! So after the timeout, Dacoron serving.
We are looking for more consistency on the pass from the Petro Gazz Angels.
Right. Ooh. Another broken play and another chance to counter. And as you always say, produce a point, but it keeps that defense always on alert. Doug, Tempiatura was there. Jonah, the quick one. Buepa. Sayep to MJ. Doug with the left hand from Gemma. Brooke from behind. Mitch from the right side. Aiza to Jonah. Sends it back. Giving
Creamline again. Floor defense on point for the Cool Smashers. That's why they're getting so many opportunities to convert their dicks into...
Cheng to Jonah. Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. 2 straight points. Gemma with a perfect pass. Kill block number 5. Stability and accountability. They have to deal with all the runs themselves now. That's a chance to attack, and Brooke is in front. Off the soft block. Counter by Pons. Bumalik na naman. Bernadette asks for a slow one.
Another kill block.
16 all. Chance here. Cheng shoots it to Brooke, who puts it away with a heater. And sometimes get that crowd even more juiced up here at the Phil Sports Arena. An over ball. Another over ball.
Nobody went for that block.
Lead is down to 1. Brooke with the left hand. With BBS behind. Serving. Mitch on the left side. Side goes to Jonah. Had to adjust. Counter attack here. Kumabaw again. And that will be the 7th block.
But as a middle blocker, you have to keep on going to your explosive approach whatever happens. Kasi yung mga veteran setters kagaya ni Chisaet, kaya pa rin nila ihatid yung bola.
Joy. That will be Petro Gazz point. Pons, Doug with a right hand from Sayet. Sabete puts it away, and a comeback win by Petro Gazz in the first set. They break the trend.
A different topic altogether.
Barbon hinatid kay Sayet. And MJ goes long on that one because it was just a bit low. Inagaw ni Aiza. Pinasa kay MJ. Right now, there is some business to take care of, and that is the All-Filipino crown. Van Sickle with the left hand again. Pons denied again.
This is game number 3. The All-Filipino Conference Finals between the Petro Gazz Angels and the Creamline Cool Smashers. Another point for MJ Phillips, this time off that power tip.
Well, they need their support now because they're behind 7 and behind the set. They continue to target Eliza. Eliza continues to swing. BVS was there. She gets it back. This time she was red.
Creamline needs an impact point.
What a unique position for the Petro Gazz Angels. That's going to go in. A first service ace. That was the story of set number 2. 2-point lead. Gemma stops that ball. Mitch had to readjust, and that's what happens when the pass is not good, even for a team like Creamline, because now it's getting into Gazz Angels and a 2-0 lead in game number 3. Faulty pass again. Chance to counter here. Sabete will try to swing. Sent back. Aiza ready and waiting. Negrito. Back set to Tots. Aiza saw that. Jonah on the counter. Revilla. Carlos. Denied. Pons flying in. Aiza diving. Sabete swinging. Sabete will try again. Counter attack here by Creamline. Pons is asking for it. Brooke overpass. This time MJ Phillips closing the door.
13 points for MJ Phillips. She's a picture of consistency from set number 1.
The nature of the game and the venue.
The temperature.
The temperature of the venue. Combination. Sent back. Kyle back to Pons. The tip. Sent back again. Laurie tips it. Tempiatura to BVS. Tots will send it over. MJ waiting for it. But waiting for her was Bernadette Pons.
Doing it all for the Cool Smashers. Getting her numbers, service reception, in digging, in blocking, in attacking.
Brooke Van Sickle. Sharp serve. Tots. Gemma. in the middle is almost practically unstoppable. Trying to do what they have not done ever. Championship point. Thoughts? A chance for Petro Gazz. Sabete. And they did it! Petro Gazz! The monkey is off your back! A first ever All-Filipino Championship for the Petro Gazz Angels. Hanging tough in set number 4.
They came prepared, boom. They had heavy serve, they had solid...